Hey everyone, welcome back to our React tutorial series. In this video, we will dive into an important topic, React forms and handling user input. Forms are an essential part of any web app, and React handles them a bit differently than traditional HTML. So let's break it down. So first we have what are control components. In React, a control component is a form element whose value is controlled by the React state. This means we can track user input in real time and update our UI dynamically. Let's see is an examples here. Now you can see here we have a import React use state, and here we use a control form functions. Now you can see here we use a name, set name, use state, and here we handle change functions. Now you can see here we are pass event. Now here we have a event.target.value. I can see here we have a handle submit event. Now here we use a return and we use a form on submit handles. Now you can see here we have a text name on change hand changes, and here we have a submit button. So how it works, the input field is controlled by React state, and the on change updates the state whenever the user types, and the on submit prevents page reload and process the input. Now we copy this whole code and paste it in our code editor. Now we save this. Now you can see it's proper working. Now inside here we use a counter. Now here we use a control form. Now we save this. I can see here we have a name, here we have an input field, and here is a label. Now we add here Amir, and here we say a Sheikh. I can see when I submit this form, I can see it's give me alert box and it's give me a name here. Now Amir Sheikh. What if we have multiple input fields? Instead of using separate use state hooks, we can store all input values in an object. Here is the examples handling multiple fields. Now you can see here we have a functions input, multiple input form. Now here we use a form data, set form data. Here we use a name, email, and here we use a handle change event. Now here we have a event.target, and here we set a form data, previous data, and here we have a spread method, previous data, name and value. Now you can see here we have a handle submit event, and here you can see here we have a alert box which form data dot name, and here is the input email. Now here we return a form submit. Now you can see here we are type tags, name, and on change placeholder. Now here we have an input like email. Now why use an object for state here? Now keeps code clean and organized, reduce redundant use state calls. Now we copy this code here. This I can see it's successfully run. Now you can see here is our output. We refresh this. I can see here we have a name and email. Now we use here a name like Amir, here we use a Sheikh, and here is a email. Now we use a email amir@gmail. Now we submit this. I can see here we have a name Amir Sheikh and email is here amir@gmail.com. Now the next is what are uncontrolled components. So unlike control components, uncontrolled components don't rely on the state. Instead we use ref to directly access the DOM element. Here is the example uncontrolled input field. Now you can see here we have a import React, and here we use an uncontrolled form. Now here we have an alert, and here we use a input placeholder, various things we use, and here we copy this code and we paste it in our code editor. Now you can see here we have, now we save this. Here we have a enter text. Now we have a text here. Now write a shake here. Now when I submit this, now you can see here is a enter value like shake. So when to use uncontrolled components? When integrating React with non React application, when managing input values without re-rendering. The next is handling different input types. Here is the forms have different input types, checkboxes, radio buttons, drop downs. Let's see how to handle them in React. Now here is the example of checkbox input. Now we copy this and paste it here. Now we save this. You can see here we have accept terms and condition. Now we can check this. You can see. Now the next one is a radio button example. So now we copy this code and paste it in our code editor. We save this. I can see here we have a male and a female. Now when I click on male, and automatically it's not selected a female. Now if we select a female, now you can see here. Here what is this? We have a radio form. Here we create a radio form. Now you can see here we have gender and set gender, use state male, and we have here forms like Leo button, male and female. Now the next is preventing default. By default, submitting a form refreshes the page. We can prevent this using event.prevent default. Here is the example, preventing page refresh. Here we use import react. Now you can see here we have a function simple form. Here we use a name, handle, submit. Now you can see here we have a prevent default method, and here we use a console.log form submitted successfully, and here we use name. Now we copy this code and paste it here. We save this. I can see here we have a name, and here we write a name here. We submit this. Now you can see here is the form submitted successfully, and here you can see name Amir Sheikh, and here we use a. Now you can see if we submit, now you can see here a form submit, and it's an Asir Sheikh. Now I'm using a name like, now you can see here it's a form submitted successfully. Best practices for form in React: use control components for better state management, use ref only when necessary, prevent default submission to avoid page reloads. So that's it for this session on React Forms. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Keep smiling and happy coding. Thank you.